Bro, I ain't got no notification. Could only assume. 1 minute. Okay, here we go. Yeah, looks good. Alright, man. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. First and foremost, I'd like to start this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rucha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this 100% truth. Salutations unto the 144,000 doing the work of the Lord in all truth, honor, and sincerity. And shalom to the 1/3 men, women, and children who believe in this word being taught unto them. It's your brother, I'm Nawa Allah. I'm back at you with another video entitled, We Are Not of This World. Alright? You know, we've been called into this thing and pretty much we've put on a different fashion. Alright? We don't live our life according to the standards of this world, according to what's accepted in this world. Alright, we live our life according to the standard of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, according to what's written in these scriptures. That's the standard that we live by, man. Alright, which of course is clean contrary to this current setup. Okay, which is why we find that, you know, you come into this truth and all of a sudden you no longer fit in with your peers that you had in the world. You no longer, you know, you could go to a family event. Yeah, you might be chuffed to meet your favorite cousin. You know, you guys always chopping it up and you guys are cool, right? Now you come into this truth and you no longer can see eye to eye. It's like you no longer have a common ground anymore. You no longer share similarities anymore because you've now put on a different fashion. You've now put on Yahweh Shai. And putting on Yahweh Shai is clean contrary to the setup of this world. And we have to be okay with that. Alright? We fighting for something way more important, way more grandiose, way more spectacular than this current wicked setup, man. And we always have to keep that in mind. So this is this is Matthew 5, and I'll start at 9. It says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of the Most High." Now we are the peacemakers, because you see, in our kingdom, it ain't gonna be all chaotic and all over the place like it is in Esau Edom setup. All right, no, there's going to be law and order established, and there's going to be various repercussions for you know, breaking those laws. Now, of course, we have that in Esau's system, but you don't really have the full force of the law. There's many loopholes and, you know, ways around it. So ultimately, people don't really fear the punishment of wickedness. You know, adultery being a great example, because that is one that's very heavy in this world, in this current setup. You know, because what was the punishment for adultery in the ancient world? Well, you'd so let's say a man slept with another man's woman. The man that slept with that other man's woman would be put to death, as well as that woman. All right, you don't have that nowadays. That's completely no longer. Therefore, you have adultery running rampant in this setup. All right, why? That's why. Who's the Apostle Peter? He reiterated, I believe, what Isaiah wrote, where, you know, we're beholding, we're waiting for a new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Because in this current setup, all that dwells is wickedness, which, of course, that's inevitable. When you read Job 9:24, it says how the earth is given into the hand of the wicked man. Okay? He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Who are the judges? The Israelites, man. If not, where and who is he? So we know who the devil is. We know who the cancer of the earth is, and now the people of the world are slowly waking up to that. Okay, but beginning with our elder apostles, man, we already had the inside scoop. Okay, it says in verse 10, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake." Now we're persecuted for righteousness' sake. Let's quickly do a Google definition on the word persecuted. All right, so we can understand what's going on. It says persecute, subject someone to hostility and ill treatment, especially because of their ethnicity, religion, or sexual orientation or political beliefs. So we are treated with hostility. We have ill treatment because we believe that we're the sons of God. We believe that we're the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and because of that very belief, we're now subject to ill treatment, man. You know, imagine that. You wake up to who you are, you know, and what a great thing, especially to realize that you're a son of God, you're a son of the power, man. You know, that's amazing. But we are treated with hostility due to that, all because you've got these little hats, these 48ers that pretty much they want to run around with our identity, and we're like, no, you ain't doing that, and because of that, we're subject to this ill treatment, this hostility that we have in this current setup, man. But that's all getting ready to change. All right, but we're subject to prophecy, so we have to stick it out, man. All right, until the Lord, until the Most High Yahweh decides to send His only begotten Son Yahweh Shai to deliver us from this wickedness, man. Okay. So it says, similar words is oppress, abuse, victimize, ill-treat, mistreat, punish, tyrannize, afflict, torment, torture. He even says martyr. Hey, some of us are gonna have to be martyrs for this truth. Some of us are going to have to give our lives up for the sake of this truth, man. Now you tell a Christian, yeah, you're gonna have to die for Jesus. They're going to turn into Muslims. All right, meaning that they was never really down. You know, they're of this world, because here is Israelites, Christians, we read out of the same book. But you've got Israelites, you know, especially from Great Millstone, who are not willing to take the C-hip when they're presented with that option. But then you've got Christians who read out the same book and they're going to take the MOTB. So it's like, what are you really learning in the Christian church? Because pastors not opening up Revelation 13 and 16. So when the C-hip is made mandatory, they're not even gonna understand that, yo, this is actually recorded in the scriptures. Or maybe some of them will know that it's recorded in the scriptures, but you know, God hates sin, not the sinner. So you know, Jesus is just gonna forgive and forget. You know, I had to take it because you know, the kids needed to eat, I needed to eat, yada yada yada, giving all the excuses. All right, you might even try to get smart, hey, but you know, before anything can happen, I'll just get the tweezers, pull it out. No, you've already been marked for death. You've already been marked to be destroyed, and really, that goes to show a lack of faith, man. Read Revelation 2 and 10. Read Revelation 3 and 10. We know that we're going to be put in these times as well as the elect. However, we understand and we have the faith to believe that the Lord will actually deliver us from this time too. It's not going to be easy, no, but we do believe that the Lord will come through for His elect, man. We believe the Lord will come through for us. You know? So that's what separates us from the Christian community, man. The CC. Damn, man, it started raining. I ain't got no hood or nothing, man. it is what it is, man. Got the umbrella on me, so it's okay. It's okay. You know, just a very British summer. You get like 2 weeks of sun, and then the rest is just rain, man. You know, and hey, man, the range on my fuel right now is on 144, man. 144, and that's what we're hoping to be a part of, man. The 144,000 to be delivered, because we understand that it's not going to be by our own might, our own strength, that will be delivered out of the clutches of Esau Edom. We understand that it is going to take the escape this time of great testing. We understand that. We're not in denial, man. You know, over here, we reality. You know what, man? You know, hey, that's also what separates us from the people in this world, man. We accept reality, man. Read Isaiah 30, man, around about the 10th verse. They said, even back then, they said, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits, man. We living in a time where our people willingly want to be deceived. They don't want to hear the truth. They want to be told that everything's going to be okay. They want to be, excuse me. They want to be told Esau Edom is a changed man. Yeah, that guy that was lynching you in your past life and dealing treacherously with you. Oh yeah, that guy, he no longer is. He turned over a new leaf. That's what they want you to believe, man. Alright, anyways, Matthew 5 and 10 again says, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And we are persecuted for righteousness' sake. We are, let's go back to the words, we are oppressed, abused, victimized, mistreated, punished, tormented for righteousness' sake. We ain't saying anything absurd. We just coming out the scriptures. That's all. As Apostle Paul said, I might become your enemy because I tell you the truth. We become a lot of people's enemies because all we did was tell the truth, man. We ain't do nothing wrong. We said it as it is, and we kept it moving, man. Nothing more, nothing less. And now we're hated. Just for coming out with the truth, man. You know? But Israel gonna learn the hard way that really we had their best interest at heart. Even though, remember that we're not sent to save the whole nation. That's not what we're here for. We're just here to gather the elect of the nation of Israel. Alright? So we understand that. But hey, man, ultimately Israel is going to know that they rejected the wrong batch of people, man. When the judgment hits, when all is said and done, when those calamities are coming in full force, then they gonna know that a prophet have been among them. Then they gonna know we really had their best interest at heart. Okay? Verse 11, it says, blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake. Okay? Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Alright? So this is what they done back then. This is what they're doing now. There's no new thing under the sun, man. Okay? We're not, you know, exempt from experiencing these things. Alright? We're very much required to experience these things. These things are a testament that we are indeed the true servants of the Lord, because everything is lining up how it should be. We ain't regarded by the masses the same with Yahushai. We're subject to ill treatment just like Yahushai. You got people that want to take just like Yahushai. Okay, so when it comes to who's really doing the work of the Lord genuinely, amen, by process of elimination, it has to be obvious that it's us, beginning with our elder apostles at Great Millstone, man. It has to be us, because no one else fits, the prophecies that we do. And that's just the honest truth. So let's get to John 15 and 16, right? Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of my Father in my name, he may give it you. All right? Now, we're the ones that, what I was meant to say is you got these Christians who talk about, damn, man, these fucking potholes, man. Anyways, man, we're the ones, Christians talk about, I gave my life to Christ. No, listen, bro. You don't choose Yahushua. Yahushua chooses you. And furthermore, the ones that are chosen are chosen from the beginning. Okay? It's not just you just come around if you feel like you want to. Okay, no, man. We are actually chosen from the beginning, man. That's why the scriptures say declaring the end from the beginning. So that comes with everything, the MOTB, the ones who will be saved, the ones who will be destroyed, where we're gonna be at that time. Like you got brothers in America, I'm in the UK, you got brothers here in the UK. So everything has been strategically done, all right, in order for the will of the Heavenly Father to be fulfilled. So running with this notion that you chose the Lord, no, you didn't, bro. No, you didn't. And if you want to keep running with that notion, you, my friend, are gonna find out the hard way that you never chose the Heavenly Father. All right. It says in verse 17, these things I command you, that ye love one another. If the world hate you, know that it hated me before it hated you. So like really, our attitude should be, if the world hates us, because that's a sign that you're on the right path. You're doing something right in the eyes of the Lord. If you like by the masses, everybody loves you, man. You ain't got a problem with no one. You ain't stepped on no one's toes, man. You just sweet with everyone. Then guess what? You are of this world. Okay? You are not of Yahushua. You are not the elect. So we have to use these things as guidelines, pretty much, to whether we are those people, man. Whether we be of the elect or not. Okay? So it says again, if the world hate you, know that it hated me before it hated you. And I just realized I'm gonna go into a tunnel, right? And the signal might cut, but Lord willing, it's okay. All right. It says, if you were of the world would love his own. So we gotta do this. We gotta get in the spirit of, through process